What's up, everybody? This is Sunko, the Korean Bro. Today's 2024, January 29th. And let's see. Microsoft hits an all time high, but it's still some way from becoming the most important stock in the Dow Jones Industrial Average. Microsoft is up 6% year to date, while the Dow's current highs holding United Health is down 4.5%. At this rate, Microsoft could become the most important stock in the S&P 500. That's a composite. And though uh, sooner than expected, Microsoft and the rest of the Magnificent Seven are embarking on an unprecedented valuation expansion. It's making all the major indices more tech heavy. Hmm. It's been a recent resurgence for Microsoft. Just 5 years ago, it was hovering around $100 a share. It was until late 2019 they passed $1 trillion in market capitalization. Okay. Post makes some of my favorite breakfast cereals, including Fruity Pebbles, Honeycomb, and Oreos. 33% of the business revolves around one segment that has nothing to do with cereal. Qualcomm, we have MediaTek, Apple. Hmm. These three companies could take center stage. Okay, Apple is an executive in generative AI, but that doesn't mean won't stand to benefit from a booming demand for on-device AI inferences. Apple is a leading proponent of data security, so it wants to help you keep your personal information on your personal device instead of sending it to a server. Um, and it's making the chips that make it possible to keep everything on its devices while running some of the most advanced AI algorithm built. Apple builds some of the most advanced smartphone processors on the market with iPhones. A strong relationship with Taiwan Semiconductor Manufacturing Co. to get its hands on the most powerful and power efficient chip processors available in the market. And its vertically integrated approach puts it in a position to become the only smartphone maker they can offer some of the most advanced AI technologies on its devices. Not only could that help Apple sell more devices, but it could also push more developers to offer new apps in its App Store. Apple is also reportedly developing its own generative AI capabilities. It could integrate generative AI into iMessage or Siri or instantly have a massive user base. It could further log its very loyal customers into ecosystem. Alternatively, it could charge a subscription fee to access more advanced on-device generative AI features. Apple trades for a premium price of more than 28 times as earnings estimate for 2024. They said um, the stock deserves a slight premium due to its massive net cash balance and its generous share repurchase program. While it might not be the typical AI play, it certainly stands to be a big winner as more AI processing moves on to its devices. Altria. What is Altria? Altria. Broadcom, we have Marco de Libre, dominant force in the Latin American e-commerce and fintech market, witnessed an 83% share price surge in 2023. Despite a small correction in December 2023, shares of the company have further gained about 10% so far in 2024. And it seems well positioned as a candidate for a potential stock split. Baidu, Alibaba Group, JD.com. Technology Titans had the list of the world's largest companies' market cap. NVIDIA's processors are the gold standard for gaming and data centers, with AI forming a trifecta. Amazon's industry-leading cloud computing and e-commerce business could get a boost from AI. So AI stocks led the rebound last year, and these two tech giants have much further to run. There's been a technological shift in the major market indexes over the past 2 decades. For example, in 2004, General Electric and ExxonMobil reigned supreme in terms of market capitalization, clocking in at $319 billion and $283 billion, respectively. Now, just 20 years later, a review of the Chad Tapish helps illustrate the changing of the guard. Tech Titans, Apple, and Microsoft are currently in a class by themselves with market caps of $3 trillion each. A review of the top 10 provides further evidence of a tech's dominance as seven of the top 10 industry leading technology companies. Over the past year or so, one of the biggest drivers of stock market gains has been advances in the field of generative artificial intelligence. The potential for widespread productivity gains is causing a stir, and accelerating adoption could boost the next cohort of three trillionaires. There are two stocks I believe will be fueled by the growing demand for AI and join this exclusive group over the next 7 years, if not sooner. Nvidia. So the current market cap is $1.54 trillion, so it could eventually join the $3 trillion club. Though so the timing is a matter of some debate. The stock would need to increase by roughly 95% from Wednesday's closing price to reach that benchmark, amounting to approximately 10% gains annually between now and 2030, which is still easily within the rim of possibility. That's not to say that there won't be challenges along the way. One of the biggest headwinds may be the stock's recent rally, as Nvidia's gained 239% last year alone. However, it's important in the field of AI can't be overstated. In each of the past 2 quarters, the company has generated triple-digit year-over-year revenue and profit growth, and management is forecasting for more of the same. NVIDIA serves multiple markets, which represents a growth opportunity. NVIDIA has long held a commanding lead in the discrete desktop graphics processing unit space, recently controlling more than 80% of the market. However, record sales during the pandemic and the subsequent downturn caused an industry-wide slump. Now, after nearly 3 years of successive declines, GPU shipments are finally beginning to rebound, which should help drive NVIDIA higher. But it's the combination of AI and cloud computing that could really drive the company to new heights. NVIDIA has established itself as a gold standard for AI and is the go-to for helping data move through the ether. But don't take my word for it. The company has an estimated 95% share of the GPU data center market, which forms foundation for cloud computing. According to CFRI research analyst Andrew Zeno, furthermore, NVIDIA is unmatched when it comes to processors used for machine learning, an established method used by many AI tools. With an estimated market share of 95%, according to New Street Research, it was these credentials that made NVIDIA the natural choice for accelerating generative AI. While estimates vary, it's clear there are trillions of dollars at stake. Analysts at Morgan Stanley suggest generative AI represents a $6 trillion opportunity, while Goldman Sachs estimates that the market is worth $7 trillion. As a leading provider of AI processors, NVIDIA is in the capital seat. Data centers and cloud infrastructure providers are scrambling to increase the capacity of their systems to meet the computational demands of generative AI. The trend is expected to continue for years, giving NVIDIA the fuel it needs to join the $3 trillion club. Amazon currently has a market cap of $1.63 trillion, and we believe it's merely a matter of time before the company is admitted to the $3 trillion club. To reach the benchmark, the stock would only need to increase by roughly 85% from Wednesday's closing price. They works out to about 10% gains annually between now and 2030, a hurdle that's well within Amazon's reach. There are numerous catalysts that could fuel the company's future growth. That is, high inflation causes people to make difficult choices in order to make ends meet, which put a pinch on the consumer spending. This in turn hurt Amazon's industry-leading online retail business. There are signs the economy is finally on its mend, with Amazon experiencing 11% lift in its e-commerce sales in the first three quarters of 2023. Further improvement in the economic outlook could provide an additional boost. Global e-commerce sales are expected to climb more than 9% in 2024, topping $6.3 trillion dollars. As the world's largest digital retailer, Amazon is well positioned to ride the wave of e-commerce growth. Another growth area for a company is digital transformation. Led by cloud computing, Amazon Web Services is the global leader in cloud infrastructure services, with 31% of the market, according to data supplied by the market analytics from Canalys. In the face of the economic downturn, many businesses scaled back on cloud spending, but growth is returning. Spending on cloud services increased 16% in the third quarter of 2023 and is expected to accelerate further as economic conditions improve. As industry leader, Amazon is poised to benefit from the trend. Perhaps the biggest potential growth driver for Amazon is generative AI. The technology has proven effective at summarizing emails and drafting responses, uh, searching the internet and companies' storehouses for data, and even writing and debugging computer code. With new use cases being discovered every day, the result has been a mad dash to adopt these AI models. However, the cost to create these systems from scratch is prohibitive, as there are already mountains of data necessary to train foundational generative AI models. As a result, cloud providers, including AWS, are best suited to provide generative AI services to users. Amazon already offers dozens of these models and has rolled out a growing suite of tools to help its cloud customers benefit from AI. The recovery of the e-commerce market, rebounding cloud spending, the growing adoption of AI should give Amazon the necessary momentum to join the $3 trillion club. Okay. Ultra good, and we got Roku here. Okay. Okay, here we have the two stocks down 48 and 82% to bot right now. Roku's pricing policy painful now, yet wise in the long out. So once upon a time, media streaming platform pioneer Roku was a bona fide market darling. As its all-time high of $479.50 per share in July 2021, the stock traded at noteworthy inducing valuation ratios such as 28 times sales. Times have changed. Today, Roku shares are available for just 3.7 times trailing sales. The stock may have gained 70% of the last 52 weeks, but still trades roughly 82% below the lofty highs of yesteryear. With long-term price moves of this caliber, Roku might look like a failing growth stock. One of those short-lived success stories that were perfect for a limited era and useless in the next. In Roku's case, many investors wrote the company off as an expired gadfly at the end of the COVID-19 lockdown. The work from home policies. Are people even buying smart TV sets or watching streaming video anymore? They are. Okay. Uh, Roku's top line growth story didn't end in 2021. Hmm. Measuring from the supposed peak of that summer, trailing sales are up by 45%. The company boasted 75.8 million active user accounts in the third quarter of 2023, up from a 55.1 million in quarter second 2021. The user growth train never slows down. Average revenue per user is up. Streaming hours on the Roku platform are up by 55%. The business is actually booming. It's true that Roku's profit picture has been weak in recent quarters. That was a strategic decision, though. Many companies pass their inflation bullshit cost of doing business on to their customers, dodging profit hits but also adding more weight to the inflation flavored anchor. Roku went the other way, holding its product prices and advertising rates steady. The company accepted a couple of years with bottom line pain in exchange for continued growth where it matters most. Okay. Roku is building a massive global user base to support robust profits and cash flows in the future. If this strategy sounds familiar, you'll probably see Netflix. Ultimately, Roku's parent company and most important streaming service partner executed to perfection over the last couple of decades, burned some cash early on in order to dominate the global streaming market from the start. These days, Netflix generates $1 billion cash flows in every quarter. The stock is up more than 100% in a decade. That's role model Roku CEO Anthony Wood has chosen to follow. Roku investors of the future will look back at this period as a terrific buying window with ridiculously low share prices. Even if Roku never regains the coveted marketing darling title, a merely reasonable valuation with price sales ratios in the mid teens will result in multi bagger shareholder returns. That's what I expect to see as Roku continues its global expansion amid a healthier economy. Okay, let's move on to the next article, which explains why you have to buy Roku stock. Mainly, the article that I read previously is about the reason you have to buy Roku stock, and the reason for that was that you know, and the reason for that was that you Roku, although Roku is not gaining much profit currently, uh they're giving up on it, and it's not like they're trying to earn some profit with the sales of their devices at this point. Instead, they'd rather keep the they'd rather keep its price low, and they'd rather increase users of this device. And as streaming hours increase and users increase, uh, they can dominate this market more and more years later. It's just like the strategy that Netflix uses, and they're basically following the same path. Okay, here we go. Let's move on to the next article. It basically talks about why you have to buy Roku again. The future of TV is quickly moving towards streaming, as just about every major network has followed Netflix's lead, launched a streaming service. This is a major growth opportunity for Roku, which makes most of its revenue from advertising. Over the long term, advertising will move to where viewers are spending time. But a weak ad market in 2022 delayed Roku's growth plunge, sending its stock down 79% over the last 3 years. Um, Investing in companies that make money from advertising can be a profitable move during a weak economy. This is because U.S. TV market is worth $60 billion. Brands may push the pause button occasionally, but companies will never stop advertising. This means a comeback is due for this popular streaming brand. Roku's advantage is that it has the ability to win over a sizable share of the ad dollars that will shift to streaming services. It reaches nearly half of US broadband households. Roku is winning over viewers with a free ad supported content through the Roku channel, which saw total streaming hours grow 50% year over year last quarter. This stock has rallied 61% over the last 12 months, which I would look at as a validation of the company's opportunity. Roku stock offers significant upside over the next 5 years, coming out in the recent downturn. Okay. Alpha is now Altman's biggest holding, making up 61.7% of the Parsing Square portfolio across both classes of the stock. So it's the newest holding in the Parsing Square's portfolio as it was added in the first quarter of 2023. Altman has explained he sees the data the company generates from search and related products as giving it a competitive advantage in the era of artificial intelligence. So far, the bet has paid off as Alphabet has outperformed the S&P 500, and the company also brushed up concerns that search will be disrupted by chatbots like ChatGPT. So here we go again. The reason for buying Alphabet and support the Mexican Grill. Okay. This is definitely an article that I have to read because I myself also invested a lot into Amazon. Okay, here we go. Amazon's strong presence in e-commerce, digital advertising, and cloud computing should support double-digit sales growth through the end of the decade. As the market leader in cloud infrastructure and platform services, Amazon is uniquely positioned to monetize artificial intelligence. Amazon has a robust development pipeline of generative artificial intelligence software and services, a market forecast to grow at 40% annually over the next decade. Amazon is uniquely positioned to benefit from the artificial intelligence boom due to its leadership in cloud computing. Several Wall Street analysts have selected Amazon as a top pick in 2024, including Thomas Champion at Piper Sandler, Doug Amos at JP Morgan Chase, and Scott Devitt at Wedbush Securities. The reason for this optimism can be summarized in 3 points: improving profitability in retail, strong momentum in digital advertising, the potential reacceleration in cloud services revenue driven by demand for artificial intelligence. August research analyst Jim Clark highlighted that the last point in recent note to clients, speaking on the potential of Amazon Web Services as leading provider of infrastructure as service and other cloud services. AWS is uniquely positioned in the burgeoning AI as service market, and the Anthropic partnership meaningfully strengthens AWS at a key time in the AI gold rush. That may surprise some investors given that Nvidia is viewed as the best AI stock in certain Wall Street circles, but the point is somewhat irrelevant because attempting to pick a single winner is a poor strategy. It would be more prudent to build a basket of AI stocks, and Amazon definitely deserves a place in such a basket, is why. Strong presence in three growing markets. Amazon reported encouraging financial results in the third quarter. Revenue increased 13% to $443.1 billion on strong growth in advertising services. The cloud computing business, Amazon Web Services, continued to drag on the top line, but deal trends point to a reacceleration in the coming quarters. On the bottom line, net income under general accepted accounting principles more than tripled to reach $9.9 billion due to cost reduction effort like regionalization of its U.S. fulfillment network. The graphic below details third quarter revenue across all seven business segments. Okay. Amazon has a strong presence in three markets that should support double-digit sales growth for many years to come. E-commerce. Amazon operates the most visited online marketplace in the world, and it steadily gained share across North America and Western Europe over the last 4 years. In 2023, Amazon accounted for 38.7% of retail e-commerce sales in those geographies, up from a 36.4% in 2019. The scale creates a powerful network effect. It naturally brings more buyers, sellers to marketplace. It also lets Amazon reinvest more heavily in its business than its peers. As an example, the company has constructed a logistics network that rivals UPS. The infrastructure support fulfillment services for merchants and rapid delivery for buyers, making its marketplace more compelling for all parties. Digital advertising. Amazon has evolved its retail footprint into a booming advertising business. The company has a unique ability to engage shoppers and sources data from its marketplace that makes it an ideal partner for media buyers looking to reach consumers with relevant advertising. Amazon accounts for 75% of retail media spending in the US, 10 times more market share than second place Walmart. It recently became the third largest advertising company in the world. Moreover, Amazon should continue gaining share given that retail media is the fastest growing channel in the broader digital advertising market. Cloud computing. Amazon Web Services is the market leader in numerous cloud verticals. So, including compute, networking, storage, database, and machine learning services. In total, AWS accounted for 32% of cloud infrastructure and platform services spending in the third quarter, while Microsoft Azure ranked second with 23% market share, and Alphabet's Google Cloud ranked with an 11% market share. Rapid innovation is a big reason why the company has been so successful. Research company Gartner says AWS has the greatest breadth and depth of CIPS capabilities. Turning to the future, Straight Research expects online retail sales to increase at 8% annually through 2030, and Grandview Research believes the cloud computing edtech market will compound at 14% annually during the same period. That gives Amazon a good shot at 10% annual sales growth through the end of the decade, though its AI product roadmap leaves room for upside. So, okay, let's keep on reading. As spending across AI hardware software services projected to grow about 40% annual over the next decade, Amazon is ideally positioned to benefit from that tailwind. AWS is not the leader in the broader CIPS market, but also the leader in the cloud AI developer services market. Moreover, the company has a robust development pipeline that is creating new revenue streams at all three layers of the AI stack: AI software, AI model services, AI infrastructure. So here we go. Upshot: Amazon is well positioned to monetize AI given its leadership in cloud computing and ongoing product development efforts. That should help AWS maintain or even increase its market share, which lends credit to the idea that Amazon can grow sales at 10% annually through the end of the decade. With that in mind, the current valuation of 2.9 times sales look quite reasonable. It's a slight discount to the 3-year average of 3 times sales. Investors should feel comfortable buying a small position in Amazon today as part of the biggest basket of AI stocks. Okay, fairly cheap, considering its size. The current valuation of 2.9 times sales. mm, It's not just reasonable, it's really cheap. Okay. Anyway, this is it today, and I'm gonna see you tomorrow. Okay. Bye bye. See ya.